Hey guys, this is Devin Murray Chull, aka D-Man Jones, and today I want to talk about the untitled Mario film from Illumination and how I feel about that. So, let's get right to it. So the first thing we need to address is the voice cast, because it's a very crazy one. It's like an all-star cast. Like, you already know what the cast is, but if you want to have your mind refreshed, I'm gonna say them out loud. Chris Pratt is going to voice Mario in this film. Next, Anaya Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach. Charlie Day is Luigi. Jack Black is Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Then there's Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek. And Sebastian Maniscalco. I think I'll pronounce it wrong. As Foreman Spike. Also, Charles Martinet, who voices Mario and various other characters in the franchise, will also appear in undisclosed cameo roles. So, you may have noticed that the voice cast doesn't sound right, especially with Chris Pratt. I don't think he's gonna work as Mario. Especially in that one video with him discussing about this movie, where he's gonna go kind of the Italian mark, but not really, and just, go American in his own American way. That's not gonna work. I highly doubt that's gonna work. You got this American actor voicing an Italian plumber for a video game franchise. Think about it. The two traits is Italian plumber. If you take any of those away, let alone take both of them away from the character and replace it with something else, would it really be the same character? Not really. Next, about Anaya Taylor-Joy. Well, I think she will fit well as Princess Peach. That's all I gotta say. So does Charlie Day as Luigi. After all, he's got a more energetic personality to him. So Charlie Day is definitely a good choice for him. Then we got Jack Black as Bowser. What? Now, that definitely doesn't sound right. Because Bowser has a deep voice. He's like, I'm Bowser. And I'm going to take your princess and kidnap her and make her the damsel in distress. Jack Black does not have that voice. I mean, he sometimes does have himself a deeper performance, but not like that, so it's not gonna go well. It's just gonna be this poor imitation. About Seth Rogen. Now that's a weird pick. I mean, I don't know about someone like Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong. 'Cause Donkey Kong doesn't really speak at all. The only times when he does speak is with the Donkey Kong Country animated series from 1996. And even then, it just destroyed the character. So, I don't think that's gonna work. About Keegan-Michael Key playing Toad. Well, I'll give that one a pass. After all, Keegan-Michael Key can do a high-pitched performance like, "Hello, I'm Toad." You know, like, I bet he can go that far. So, give me that one a pass. And I bet Fred Armisen will do a really great job as Cranky Kong. He's the old Kong in Donkey Kong. About Sebastian Maniscalco as Foreman Spike. I don't know what to say about that one. Kevin Michael Richardson. Kevin has a deep voice, while Comic is like, I'm an old person who's gonna do some bad stuff. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's gonna work. Though I do think there's a good reason why Charles Martinet is here. You know, he's the original voice of Mario. Though, the fact that he's not actually going to voice Mario in this film, and that Mario's voice is gonna instead be provided by Chris Pratt, he sounds kind of wasted. And now let's talk about some things that we don't really know about this film yet, because it's March, and they talked about the cast in September, but they still haven't given us the story or the plot or like anything. So I'm gonna have to make some guesses for those parts. First, about the story. The adaptations have two ways. One is either to try to exactly try to like take the story from the original and put it in a movie. And the other thing is to completely make up the plot. Now, both of them don't really sound like they could work that well in movie form. Like, making your own plot, that's obviously not gonna really work, and it's really hard to do. But even the original story from the original games doesn't sound like they could work either. All it is just Mario and Luigi going through these obstacles in order to save Peach from Bowser. That's a video game plot right there. And, like, so, let me describe to you how the plot of the original games work. You know, they don't really need to explain a lot with the story. I mean, some of them do, since they're required to do that. But some of them don't really have that much of a story and just, like, this very simple plot line. Or just no story at all. But there's the key. The job for those games is not to really tell a story or anything more complicated than the concept alone. The job for the games is to just explain to you why you're even playing the game to begin with. And so you can just play the game. And so that makes it up. Like, if you try to put it in a movie, it falls flat on his face. anything that's good about the games will be completely wiped out in the film. So, now what should you do? Well, either to just make up your own plot, or take a plot from something different in the franchise. I think the latter does it best. Like, do you want to know what I think it could work the best with this movie? Mario and Luigi games. Because, there's more of a story in those games. And, that can work better. Though you can also make your own plot, like, make it about, like, some two kids, an older kid and a younger kid, the two siblings, like brother, sister or brother, or both in those ways. And you can have the story about them going into the Mario game. And probably the younger sibling probably puts an abnormal chip in the gaming console, and then one night they get sucked into the television, into the game console, and then into the world of Mario. That might also work. But then again, it's just my idea. That's just what I'm thinking about. My words, no one else's. So, get away from those comments if you're going to say something bad about my opinion. I could see you're about to tap that in. Secondly, about the animation. Specifically, what the budget is going to be for this movie. So, considering that this film has a big cast, I'm going to be pretty sure that I'm already sure that it's going to have a pretty big budget. Probably a bigger budget than the other films that Illumination made. But then you add Nintendo into the mix, along with Shigeru Miyamoto, who's the designer or like the original creator of the games, and one of the heads of Nintendo. So that also puts some financial stuff in there. And for the animation, this needs to have a different look from the other Illumination films. Now, Illumination already did a different style from their other films with The Lorax in 2012, their third film. And Hop looks different too. Because they're based on something. And that they're not just their own thing. Or part of a franchise. So with the Mario film, I think it needs to keep the designs of the original games intact, while also giving them a more movie-like appearance to them, like with the textures, with the way they move. It needs to be more fluid, and the environments need to feel a lot bigger than in the games. Like, there needs to be more going on. So, putting that into perspective, I'm pretty much guessing that the film's budget is going to pass the $100 million mark. What do you think of that the budget of this movie is going to be. Tell me what you think the budget is going to be for this movie in the comments below. And about the music, specifically the score. So, the games have different scores. So here are the composer lineup for each Illumination films. The Despicable Me films, the composer is Heitor Pereira. For the Secret Life of Pets films, it's Alexandre Desplat. For the Sing films, you got Joby Chabold. For Hop, it's Christopher Leonards. And for the Lorax, the composer is John Powell. And the composer for The Grinch is Danny Elfman. So with that in mind, who do you think the composer of this film should be? Also to remind me in the comments below. I think the composer would be... Well, there's two choices. Hans Zimmer and John Powell, or Rupert Gregson Williams. Probably the latter. And then about the characters, how are they going to be written in this film? Because you need to have the characters to be more in-depth. You have to give the characters more depth into their personalities and what they're doing. And finally, to end this off, will this film succeed? Like, is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be reviewed as bad? Is it gonna be a box office hit or box office bomb? So, there are many ways to that this film might go when it finally releases on December 21st, 2022. First, it might be critically acclaimed. It might be critically acclaimed. It might be critically acclaimed and be a box office hit. 2, it might not really get that much of good reviews, but it will do well in the box office. Number 3, people might actually like it, but not enough would really actually see it, making the film being Illumination's first film to underperform at the box office and have them lose some money. And the fourth and final way it will go is be a box office disaster and be critically panned, like with the Mario Brothers movie from 1993. So, that's all I got for what I think about the untitled Mario film. Wait, what? Wait. I have one more thing. What do you think the title of this film would be? Also remind me in the comments. Alright, now I'm done. See you later. Oh, and also Illumination. Please don't mess this up. If you mess it up, well, it's just sad. It'll just be sad. Hey guys, so I hope you liked this video. Like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bells to get notified by my videos.